Well, hello. Michael here, looking again at Psalms 31, a psalm subtitled, Into Your Hands I Commit My Spirit. And we're going to be focusing on verse 9 to 10 for the exposition. So let's go ahead and read those two verses. Verse 9. Be gracious to me, O Lord, for I am in distress. My eye is wasted from grief, my soul and my body also. Verse 10. For my life is spent with sorrow, and my years with sighing. My strength fails because of my iniquity, and my bones waste away. And so we look to the treasure of David for the exposition, as written by Charles Spurgeon. Verse 9. Have mercy upon me, O Lord, for I am in trouble. Now the man of God comes to a particular and minute description of his sorrowful state. He unbosoms his heart, lays bare his wounds, and expresses his inward desolation. This first sentence pithily comprehends all that follows. It is a text for his lamenting discourse. Misery moves mercy. No more reasoning is needed. Have mercy is the prayer. The argument is as prevalent as it is plain and personal. I'm in trouble. Mine eyes is consumed with grief. Dim and sunken eyes are plain indicators of failing health. Tears draw their salt from our strength, and floods of them are very apt to consume the source from which they spring. God would have us tell him the symptoms of our disease, not for his information, but to show our sense of need. Yea, my soul and my belly, or body. Soul and body are so intimately united that one cannot decline without the other feeling it. We in these days are not strangers to the double sinking which David describes. We have been faint with physical suffering and distracted with mental distress. When two such seas meet, it is well for us that the pilot at the helm is at home in the midst of the water floods, and makes storms to become the triumph of his art. Verse 10. For my life is spent with grief, and my years with sighing. It had become his daily occupation to mourn. He spent all his days in the dungeon of distress. The sap and essence of his existence was being consumed, as a candle is wasted while it burns. His adversities were shortening his days, and digging for him an early grave. Grief is a sad market to spend all our wealth of life in, but a far more profitable trade may be driven there than in Vanity Fair. It is better to go to the house of mourning than the house of feasting. Black is good wear. The salt of tears is a healthy medicine. Better spend our years in sighing than in sinning. The two members of the sentence before us convey the same idea, but there are no idle words in Scripture. The reduplication is the fitting expression of fervency and importunity. My strength faileth because of my iniquity. David sees to the bottom of his sorrow and detects sin lurking there. It is profitable trouble which leads us to trouble ourselves about our iniquity. Was this the psalmist's foulest crime, which now gnawed at his heart and devoured his strength? Very probably it was so. Sinful morsels, though sweet in the mouth, turn out to be poison in the bowels. If we wantonly give a portion of our strength to sin, it will by and by take the remainder from us. We lose both physical, mental, moral, and spiritual vigor by iniquity, and my bones are consumed. Weakness penetrated the innermost parts of his system. The firmest part of his frame felt the general decrepitude. A man is a piteous plight when he comes to this. So true. We know it in our innards. Sin wasted away at our beings. Well, God be praised. Trust you enjoyed the meditation on these verses 9 and 10 of Psalms 31. Michael here declaring yet again, Jesus is Lord. Until next time, be